bitter that people don't appreciate bitters because they're not that bitter.
Glenn, I'm just happy that we are finally going to talk seriously about whiskey.
He's Lew Bryson, I'm Glen Macnow. We're at BOTLD, Bottle Shop and Tasting Room in King of Prussia for a new episode of What's Brewing.
So, what do you want to do today?
Today, I want to run. I want to skate.
Thank you.
I want to see a show. I want to play. I want to eat, like a lot. I want to sleep in a hotel. Can we do all that?
We can do all that and more.
Hey, welcome to What's Brewing. I'm Glen Macnow. This is Lew Bryson, host of the Seen Through a Glass podcast, all about whiskey and beer, which is going to be very relevant today because we're in a fascinating place called BOTLD in King of Prussia. This is like an innovative distilling platform, consumer to doorstep, e-commerce, all kinds of way to get all of these great things at your house. We'll explain it more as we go on. Actually, let's try some of their stuff. I am drinking a little bit of the Bird Gang Bourbon Whiskey 75th Anniversary 86 proof.
Very nice.
Very nice, very
I
smooth.
went a little weird this time because why not? This is Epilogue. It is a celery root herbal liqueur.
Ooh, what do we think of that?
Well, it looks good. Smells good. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah?
It's weird, but it's nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. By the way, this show, of course, brought to you by Montgomery County and Valley Forge Tourism. Sign up for the Montgo Maker's Passport, a free mobile pass taking you to the best breweries, distilleries, and craft beverage producers in Valley Forge and Montgomery County. Check in during your visit and win some great prizes. Today, we are going to talk about one of my favorites, which is bitter ales, which get a bad rap, Lou,
It's true.
because people think they're,
Bitter.
but they're not.
Bitter.
So we're going to swap. Right. Oh, the old bitter beer
old bitter
face.
beer
Yeah.
face.
All right. So I'm going to give you, everybody knows this. This is Yard's Brawler,
Oh, yeah.
English Dark Mild Ale, former winner, Great American Beer Fest silver medal. I love this. It's got the great picture on the label of the
Oh,
guy
yeah, fighting the devil.
Yeah. They call it a pugilist style ale because it's great when you want to go a few rounds, as in it is only, what is it, 4.7%, right?
Oh, yeah.
And very drinkable.
Yup. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, and it does well for them.
I know it does.
It's always sold well, and I think it's because it's not called bitter,
Right.
and they don't point out
That's
how
fine.
low alcohol it is.
Yard's Brewing Company Brawler Champion Ale. I do not see bitter. I do not see SB.
Nope.
But it is.
Oh, yeah.
It's an English.
what it is.
English Dark Mild Ale. All right. What do you got?
I have Mooey Pub Ale. Again,
Mooey.
not a bitter.
Yeah. Except
from,
it is, right?
Except it is.
Yeah.
It's from Bond Place up in Bethlehem, although it's actually brewed under contract for him at Tired Hands in Ardmore. Also a GABF silver medal winner.
Okay. Very different looking, as
Oh,
you
yeah.
can see, right? Within the same category.
Yeah. I think I got a better pour than you did.
It's all right. I like the foam. All right. Nice. Very drinkable.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what I get from these is that they're drinkable.
Yeah.
Would this beer do better if they changed the name of it to pub ales? Because to me, what it is evocative of those British style.
Yup. The stuff you drink in the pub off the hand pumps. Absolutely. That's
Right.
what it is.
So how did it get the name? Why is it called bitter?
It is called bitter because it's more bitter than mild, but neither of them are really bitter.
I mean, you compare it to any IPA.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
it's not even-
Hoppy is what we have in the world today.
Right.
And this is not.
Yeah. I mean, it's not even as bitter as a hazy IPA.
This is a conundrum.
It is. Which, again, you mentioned about changing names. I found out that a lot of UK brewers are actually taking bitter off their label.
People try these. I'm trying to proselytize people to drink
See,
these.
I love this label, and I think it might get them past... No, it won't. It says bitter.
It says bitter.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a
love
shame.
the style. Would love to see it catch
Oh, they're great beers.
a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay, it is time for our photo contest. And we're no more entries, no more weeks. We are now
We're done.
So this week we asked for pictures of you at a beer festival. We got some good ones. This is Fro
Big
Toko.
festivals, yeah.
He's got some big mugs and some fun company at a Phillies Beer Fest. The Phillies Beer Fest is very good. We actually got a few from that one.
Nice.
Tom O'Shea. This is him at many different beer festivals in his beer festival.
His beer festival shirt, yeah.
I like that. Admire that. You're a winner. You're invited to the party. And this is Stan Broski. And Stan wrote, "You need a picture. That's easy. How about the best beer festival in the world, Oktoberfest in Munich?"
Come on.
And there's a second photo of him enjoying a huge beer and a huge pretzel. He's got the lederhosen on. The girl's got the dirndl on.
Yup.
They're living large.
Yeah.
Good
Way
for
to
them.
do it.
By the way, all of these beers that we enjoyed here in this segment, we got from Lower Merion Beverage. Let's go to our pal Jim Martin and see what's cooking over there.
Hola, Senor Macnow. ¿Cómo está? In my time in the Navy, I spent a lot of time in Mexican ports drinking Mexican cervezas. At Lower Merion Beverage Company, we carry some unique brands like Victoria, Carta Blanca, and Bohemia. And my favorite, Pacifico, which is perfect to enjoy with a Baja fish taco on the beach. So come on down to Lower Merion Beverage Company, located in Montgomery County, off Route 30 in Ardmore, Pennsylvania, and let us help you find the right beer for the right occasion.
Hey, it's Glen Macnow. I'm here with Bucky Beers. He's the official mascot for the Bucks Beer Bash. That is going to be held March 8th here at the Fuge in Warminster. For tickets, go to bucksbeerbash.com.
This island is our home. Here, the rhythm of life is set to the ebb and flow of the tides. From sunrise serve sessions to sunset clam bakes, every moment is a shared experience among locals and visitors. A place where time slows down and problems are left behind as we cross over the causeway. Whether LBI is a summer colony to you, your home, or maybe you've never had the chance to visit, this is our way of capturing the essence of our island home for you to experience. We invite you to crack open a can and raise a glass as we celebrate the spirit of Long Beach Island with LBI Lager. Island inspired, brewed for the beach, enjoyed everywhere.
Welcome back to What's Brewing. I'm Glen Macnow.
Lew Bryson.
This is Lew Bryson. Yes, thank you. We are at BOTLD in King of Prussia, where you can get any of these things either here or sent to your home or at many local breweries and pubs. And we're going to talk about it in a second. Let me just say first, fun event coming up. Lace up and take part in the revolutionary 5-mile run, a one-of-a-kind race through the historic Valley Forge National Historic Park, Sunday, April 13th. Experience breathtaking scenery while running for a cause, supporting park preservation and programming. Whether you're racing for a personal record or just soaking in history and nature, this event is for you. Sign up today and run where history was made. Log into valleyforge.org/revolutionary-run and enjoy it. I'm looking forward to this segment because you, my friend, you know your beer, but you really know your
I finally get to shine here.
your
yeah.
booze, yeah.
Yeah.
And so we're going to do a look at, I guess, just basically brown liquors, and I guess we're going to start with them. This is their Pigeon Foot Rooftop Rye. I
Yeah.
love the name of this thing. So what I'm hoping, I'm going to hand it over to you to explain to me the difference between rye and whiskey and Scotch and Irish whiskey and all of the above. So what do we got here?
Well, that was actually a great lead-in because the one thing I wanted to get right out there, Scotch, bourbon, Irish, Canadian, rye, it's all whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like Pilsners and Bocks are all lagers. Mm-hmm. Okay, all these are just types of whiskey. Doesn't matter how you spell it because the English don't use an E, the Scots don't use an E.
Yeah.
It's just like putting an extra U in color.
Okay.
It's still color.
But when I drink rye, how is that different from the other stuff?
Okay, we'll get there.
Okay.
General, what is whiskey? It starts off like beer. You mash grain, you cook it with water, you ferment it. But then you go further because you put that beer in a still and boil off the alcohol, and you're boiling it off and then you're capturing that alcohol and condenser along with flavor.
Right.
And leaving most of the water behind. I'm simplifying, but that's generally it. And then you have to age it in an oak barrel. It doesn't have to be, well, actually it does have to be oak by a lot of countries' laws. Countries have different laws.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all of that, all of these start there. How do they get different? And
Okay.
like let's try them one at a time. We should be drinking by this point.
Well, let's get on this then.
Okay.
Pigeon foot.
Pigeon foot.
Cheers.
Right. Okay.
So American whiskeys.
Ooh, that's nice.
It is nice, isn't it?
Yeah, very
It's got that spiciness
smooth,
to it.
but a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So your main two American whiskeys are bourbon and rye. They're very similar. A mixed mash of grains with at least 51% corn for bourbon, at least 51% rye for rye whiskey. And then you have some malt in there to make the mash work, and then usually a couple other grains for flavor. You ferment it, you distill it with the grains still in it, which is unlike the rest of the world. We do things a little different. You get a clear spirit. All it comes off the still is clear as that vodka.
Okay.
All the color comes from the barrel.
Okay. Oh,
Okay.
okay. So
Yeah.
let me try. This is the
bourbon.
Okay.
Get that vanilla?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, there's some vanilla, a little bit of smoke,
Yes.
and even a little bit of. See, I'm getting like some fruit and almost like a fig. There's a little bit of coconut.
I find it more complex than the rye. Would be a typical thing?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Yeah, it depends on the individual whiskey. But a lot of that flavor is coming from the barrel. Like 80% of it.
Coming from the barrel.
Yeah, oak is an amazing thing, and
Bourbon
almost
has
every
to be
step
made,
creates
has to
flavor.
have its roots in Kentucky. Is
No.
that true? It's not true.
No, it's not true.
Oh, okay.
No,
All right.
it has to be made in America.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's next? Because we got a lot to cover. And we got like 2.5
Scotch.
minutes. Scotch, I love.
Okay, so this is a single malt. This is Glen Grant. I think it's a 12-year-old. So what is Scotch? There are two types. There's malt whiskey and there's grain whiskey. This is a malt whiskey. It's 100% malt. It's a single malt, so it's all made at the same distillery, Slange. Very different.
Yeah.
Okay, and now the color, it's that much lighter, even though it's older than these whiskeys and has been in the barrel longer. Scotch uses used barrels. So a lot of the color is taken out, a lot of the flavor is out, and you're really getting more character from the actual spirit.
Okay. I went to Ireland some years ago and became a huge fan of Irish whiskeys, which I find smoother. There you go. Let's do that.
I just happen to have one.
There you go.
This is Powers. Irish is hard to define. I'm going to say that right away because they make single malt, they make grain whiskey, which is made to a higher proof on a column still, but then they also make a unique kind of whiskey called single pot still that has a substantial portion of unmalted barley in it, just raw barley. And I got to tell you, I didn't really understand that until I went there and smelled it in the brewery.
So I'm drinking. We're at a bar. Good work. We're at a bar drinking Jameson. Don't spill the stuff. We're at a bar drinking Jameson, right? And the bartender says, "Hey, Yanks, you want to have the good stuff?" Sure.
Yeah.
And he says, "Here, this stuff." He gives us a Middleton.
Yeah.
I've been just such a fan. It's expensive. It's like $180
It is
bucks a
expensive,
bottle.
yeah.
But oh my God, it's so good.
Yeah, well,
The
that's
Redbreast,
all
this
single
is-
pot still.
This is my jam. This is my stuff.
The Middleton and the Redbreast are all single pot still whiskey.
We
It's
got 30
unique and
seconds
delicious.
left. You got one more thing to show us?
Let's do Canadian, because
Okay.
this is one of the better Canadians. Almost all Canadian is blended, just like the blended scotches, but they do it a little bit differently. This one is the Alberta Premium Cask Strength, usually Canadians at 80 proof.
Yeah.
This is 66%, so what,
132.
132? Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, that's a big boy drink.
It is a big boy drink.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's a difference there.
Yeah.
Okay. Bottom line, if you were to have a message for our viewers on this, what would it be?
Go out and sample.
There you go. Just don't spill it on yourself.
No, don't spill it on yourself.
But I will tell you, having all these, I think I'm an Irish whiskey guy. I even wore the hat for it today.
Yeah, well,
Knowing we were
there's
going
absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Coming up, we're actually going to kind of stay close to that because we're going to look at Scottish beers, kind of relevant to this.
Oh, yeah. It's all malt.
From BOTLD and King of Prussia, Lew Bryson, Glen Macnow. Let's do it. Hey Andrew, as we're here reminiscing about 10 years of Conshohocken Brewing Company, which of our 4 great spaces is your favorite?
How about right here in KOP, our main production brewery with event space for any occasion?
Great start, but how about our Conchi tap room right along the Schuylkill River Trail?
A true original, our classic go-to, and super chill vibes over there on East Elm.
Well, now we're talking. Now, Puddler's Kitchen and Tap in Bridgeport, a favorite of mine, including our great sports fundraising events.
And no matter the occasion, Puddler's Kitchen and Tap has the perfect space. Great beer, good food, and spirits.
Let's finish strong. Rec Room, my favorite spot for games and live music.
Yeah, directly across from the Colonial Theater in the heart of Phoenixville. Rec Room is always lively. Great event spaces too.
With fresh beer, delicious food, full bars, and a variety of unique spaces to host any size gathering or event, Conshohocken Brewing Company has something for everyone. Hey, welcome back to What's Brewing. He is Lew Bryson. I'm Glen Macnow. We are at BOTLD, a fascinating place up here in King of Prussia. They got one. They actually have two down in Center City. We'll give you a little bit more on that coming forward, but you can come here and buy stuff. You can buy stuff online. You can buy stuff at your local breweries. This is Cairo. I'm a little nervous about this. This is the pink gin made with berries, rhubarb. Let's see what we got.
Rhubarb.
What are you laughing at?
No, nothing.
Tasty.
There you go.
Actually, it is tasty.
I have a Cairo myself. It is a single malt, but it's made in Finland and it's made from rye malt, and
Okay.
it's also peat smoked.
Nice. We're going to talk
Ooh.
about Scottish beers because, as you know, this year we've been going through all of the different countries and parts of the world and trying beers from all different places. And today is Scotland. Describe kind of overall what are Scottish beers. What am I looking for?
Generally, what we have come to think of as Scottish beers are maltier.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
Not really hopped. I mean, there are exceptions, but generally what people are looking for when they go for a Scottish beer is something on the range, and they do range. They go from down in the 4% all the way up to 9, 10, 11.
Well, this is, if I'm pronouncing it right, and I probably should have looked it up, Traquair House Ale, brewed in the ancient brew house at the oldest inhabited house in Scotland, 7.2%, and it is brewed in a 1738 copper kettle fermented in oak vessels from Pebbleshire, Scotland. I mean, I love the sound of this thing already, right?
I remember this from way back.
All right, so
this has been around forever.
here's my Scottish toast. You ready?
Yeah.
I don't do a Scottish accent, but that's right. Here's to us, was like us, damn few, and they're a dead. Mare's the pity. How was that?
That's fine.
There you go. Oh, this is dark, and it is delicious.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I
Yeah.
really like that.
But it's not heavy. It
No.
drinks nice.
Yeah, it drinks nice. Okay, you have a I picked this up at Lower Merion Beverage.
Oh, yeah.
Mostly,
Oh,
geez,
my
you are
God.
killing yourself today.
Wow.
We are not editing that out. That is staying in the
Wow.
show. Lou, with his second,
Wow.
you are going to pour us if you're capable of doing
I
so.
think I can do this.
Put down a lot of this stuff today.
Oh, man.
I got this just because of the name. Old Engine Oil?
Yeah, and it's
Tell me.
It's described as viscous, chocolatey, and roasty. I've had this before. I've actually had this on draft out in Chicago.
So I want to clear out because I want
You
people to
wanna
really
see
see the
this.
pour. Yeah. Let's look at this. Oh my God, it definitely looks like motor oil.
I mean, especially when you get that foam going. Wow.
All right. This one looks, you going to pour some for me or are you going to just hog it yourself?
I'm smelling here. I'm smelling.
It looks like its name.
Yeah.
And it's pretty ballsy to give it the name Old Motor. What is it?
Old Engine Oil.
Old.
Well, the original brewer was a mechanic. And
Okay.
he saw it, and that's what he thought. Now, you were asking me difference between English beers, Irish beers. Scottish. This
Yeah.
is an English stout. So, I mean, you don't generally think of
Yeah.
that, but
It's different. It's delicious.
yeah.
East Kent, the hops. East Kent Goldings hops. Fuggles. We had Fuggles
Fuggles,
before. Fuggles.
classic English hop.
Galena hops. But again, very malty.
Yeah.
Which is really what you get over there. But overall, to me, a really good style.
Oh, yeah.
And one that I love. All right. Time to quickly do our Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah.
Every week we're putting somebody in. I am going with Iron Hill, beginning in 1996 when Kevin Finn and Mark Edelson opened their first restaurant brewery in Newark, Delaware. They started winning awards for their beer. They began expanding, always with exciting, interesting beer. These days they have roughly 15 spots in Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey. In many ways, they brought access to good craft beers to the suburbs, and maybe more importantly, they served as a place for many local brewers and managers to learn the craft. Who you got?
They've just been a fantastic school for brewers. That's great.
Who you in?
I have two people, both named Ed Friedland. senior and junior.
Yeah.
Ed Friedland, father, back in the 80s and early 90s, opened an importing business as well as his beer wholesale. They have a beer wholesaleship down in Germantown. But he started bringing in these really good German beers, and he was also bringing in Sierra Nevada. Then when Eddie took over, he just blew up craft beer. He's extremely passionate about craft beer, brought in the beer engines, brought in all kinds of crafts. And then Friedland Wholesalers eventually got bought by Origlio, and Eddie went to work for them and has just spread craft beer all through Philadelphia.
I love that you did this because we recognize the breweries, we recognize the beers, we recognize the brewers, but and some of the bars. But you're going to
the people who bring you the beer,
who really did it. So
yeah.
Ed Friedland, senior and junior, congratulations to you. You are in our Beer Hall of Fame. Coming up, we are going to talk to Drew Perry, Director of Operations at this place, and find out if Lew can spill more stuff on him. It's What's Brewing from Bottled and King of Prussia. Hey, welcome back to What's Brewing. He's Lew Bryson, host of Seen Through a Glass podcast, author of 3 books on whiskey, the latest one being
American Whiskey Masterclass, comes out in September.
Beautiful. I'm Glen Macnow. This is Drew Perry, Director of Operations here at Bottled. And by the way, I'm drinking Kings County Distillery, straight bourbon whiskey, good stuff. The oldest whiskey distillery in New York. And yet it says here, product of Pennsylvania, Drew.
That's right.
Explain to me what's going on here.
We partner with great brands like Kings County or St. George Spirits, brands from all over the world. We bring their product into Pennsylvania by finishing the manufacturing process here at our facility, which, letter of the law, that makes it our brand here in Pennsylvania, and we can sell to consumers, on-premise accounts, breweries across the state.
So you bring the stuff in bulk?
We bring it in bulk.
In large container, or sometimes barrels, right?
Sometimes barrels, totes, drums.
Yeah. Totes are they're kind of cubical,
correct, heavy
plastic, food-grade plastic things that are used for shipping this stuff. I only say that because I couldn't understand what the hell a tote was for years. This is one of them. I'm drinking Baller from St. George Spirits. It's an American single malt whiskey. It's a new category, and that's the kind of stuff you're doing. You're bringing new things to Pennsylvania, stuff that we may not have seen before.
Yeah, new things that the PLCB and the Fine Wine and Good Spirits do not carry.
Right. So you're bringing them in and making them available, I mean, to Philadelphia and the suburbs, but the whole state?
Whole state. Anyone can go on our website. Anywhere in the state is next day shipping.
Wow.
Deliver it to your doorstep.
So what I understand, having moved to Pennsylvania 37 years ago, by the way, I caught a real kick out of this one. Having moved to Pennsylvania 37 years ago, it's like there's all these weird regulations and limitations and so on. And you guys, it seems, have found a way to navigate the system to make it easier for the consumer to get your stuff either directly by walking into one of your stores. We're at the one at King of Prussia. Where's the 2 in the city?
18th and Sansom and 13th and Sansom.
Okay, so they can go right into there and buy, and there's an array. It's like a supermarket of different liquors here. Or they can get your stuff online, correct?
Correct.
There's a regulation in Pennsylvania that says what?
Says PA breweries must buy their liquor from PA distilleries.
And so therefore, by doing what you do and bringing this stuff in and conditioning it, you become a Pennsylvania distillery.
Correct.
So things that may not be available, like I would not otherwise be able to get this specifically, Kings County Distillery out of New York, unless it came to you. You do what you do. You send it to the brewery. Hello, we all have a good time.
Correct.
I understand it.
It's kind of weird, right?
There you go.
I mean, I just love the idea that there is a private liquor store in Pennsylvania. That's just joy to me. I don't like working in the system. I like going outside the system. And you guys have, I mean, with the PLCB's blessing, essentially.
Under their laws.
Exactly. You've stepped right outside the whole thing.
So what are some of the big sellers? What are some of the things that you do that you're proudest of?
Outside of Bird Gang, which is clearly our
well,
number
let's talk
one
about
brand.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Let's not go outside of Bird Gang, because let's go with it. We are taping the show, by the way, shortly after the Eagles won the Super Bowl. We're all kind of still in celebratory mode. Lew, as you can see today, is a little bit hungover. The fact that he's spilling stuff. But yes, you've done stuff with the Eagles, correct? And Bird Gang, who makes this? And tell us about this.
Bird Gang,
or the whole array of it.
Bird Gang is a official partnership with the Philadelphia Eagles. We are producing a 86 proof bourbon. We currently have a 90 proof Kentucky bourbon partnered up with Sean McCoy. We have a vodka. We have 2 different SKUs of tequila, one being habanero flavor, the other is silver. And there is also a limited edition rum. And now that we are 12 hours post Super Bowl, come the area of the show, there will be 3 commemorative Super Bowl bottles, a single barrel Kentucky straight bourbon, a single barrel rye, and a single malt as well.
So as you're watching this show, presumably you are still just absolutely in rapture over the Eagles winning the Super Bowl over Kansas City. You can celebrate with any of these fine products. What else? What else are you really proud of?
We love our partnership with Kings County. You guys tasted the Kiro stuff. You know, they have phenomenal products. They're good people. They've come and done educational events in our stores. We continue to develop our own brands, such as Pigeon Foot, which Pigeon Foot consists of a single barrel rye.
That's your own brand, okay.
And a single barrel bourbon. We have our own tequila line called Saltamontes. And
tequila, not agave, tequila.
It is a real tequila.
Wow.
We're allowed to call it tequila, and it comes from Mexico.
Beautiful.
All right, tell people the best way to either find you or get your stuff.
Come in the store. Any bottle C, you can open it and taste it before you buy.
Okay, and as you said, there's 2 in the city and this one in King of Prussia, like kind of very residential neighborhood. You can find it. What's the address here?
190 Town Center Road.
190 Town Center Road. Or how do they find you online? BLTD.com.
Just got to add that O. BOTLD.
Oh, I'm sorry. BOTLD.com. Right? It says it right there. Anyway, hey, thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for coming.
Lew Bryson, Glen Macnow. We will see you next week. All new episodes.